Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Ayush, an AI engineer at 10x.in. So, how are you all? Just give me a quick heads up, like you are doing well. Give me a thumbs up as soon as possible. Everybody, like around 30 participants, give me a thumbs up. Okay, great, great. Everyone doing great. So, let's start with a quick question, right? It is not like if you want to answer it, it is all up to you, right? So how many of you are either rented, either planning to buy, or have already bought a property? Like type in the chat if you rent, planning, or bought. Like again, I ask a question: how many of you are either rented, planning to buy, or have already bought a property? Okay, bought it. Great. Just a question. Okay. It is not personally, but just a question to start with the session. Okay. Planning, bought, already bought it. Okay. I want a home with two apartment in it plus my own home. Okay. Great. So now here is a scenario like two apartments, right? Two apartments, same building, same floor plan, same square footage, same number of bedrooms. Like apartment A sold for around $450,000 and apartment B around same building sold for $370,000. So 8,000, not 8,000, sorry, $80,000 difference. So why? Why? Type your guess. What will be the difference in these things? Well, same building, same floor plan, same square footage, but the $80,000 difference. What do you think? What will be the difference in between by these pricing, by these sold price? Like for apartment A, the sold price is 450,000, and apartment B is only $370,000. Location, view, school district. Great suggestions like Mushina. Great. Location, location, location. Yeah, location is the great thing. Yeah, okay, I agree. So most people say, not you are saying, but most people say timeline. Okay, most people say negotiation as well. Like negotiation or luck maybe, or different seller. But the real answer is data. Everything is depend upon data. Like apartment A was on the 18th floor with a metro station of 0.2 miles away and a school rating of like around 9 or 10 maybe, like perfect. And apartment B was on the fourth floor. Metro was 1.2 miles or even like in a larger distance away, like school rating around 6 to 7, and that's all for the apartment B, right? And for same building, 80,000 difference, and the buyer of apartment B had no idea they were getting a deal, and the buyer of apartment A had no idea they were overpaying. So that is what we are decoding today, like the invisible factor that actually drive property prices, not just size and bedrooms. That is maybe 30% of the price. The other 70% is metro distance, school rating, or some of you like says the main part is location as well, right? Or also crime rate, right? Crime rate, noise level, park access, floor numbers. Like there are so many variables here, but the main things are like school, metro distance, crime rates, or location, right? And noise as well, noise level, right? So and the crazy part here, like each one has an exact dollar value. Like every 0.1 mile from the metro, it is equal to a specific dollar amount lost. Like every school rating point, it is equals to a specific dollar amount gained. Like once you see this formula, you can never look at a property listing the same way like you did it before. So has anyone has ever felt like a property was overpriced but couldn't explain why it is so much overpriced? Like type yes or no if you think like I see a property and it is like overpriced so much, and there doesn't have a certain location, or there is also a noise and so many variables, and I didn't feel like it is that much of price. So ever you think about this of property, like type yes or no if you think about it. For me, like every time I took at listings of those properties, I think why is this one so expensive? Some of the times, not every time, yeah. So Okay, when there's a lot of demand, property will be overpriced. Yeah, that's the main case as well. Okay, great, great. So you know about this. So the problem here for today is the real estate market has a massive information problem, like a massive information problem. Buyers see a price and have no idea if it is fair, right? So brokers now the invisible factors, but they do not share the math. And most people make the biggest financial decision of their life based on gut feeling. My home price was inflated because, okay, okay. So again, what if you could look at any listing and now this is $40,000 overpriced because of the crime index and is 55 and the metro is 2.5 miles away, or this is 60,000 underpriced because it has a school rating of 9 and the area is appreciating at 12% per year. So that is what we build today. A decoder that puts a dollar value on every invisible factor, every variable that we have for this session. Like if you had to guess, what is the first hashtag one, like first factor that drives property price, other than size, like metro distance, school, safety, location, crime rate, noise value. What do you think? Which will be the first factor that everybody sees, like common factor or maybe common or the top factor? Type your guess, like which one you think. Okay, Rasmi again says location. Okay, location. Like for me, I think around metro distance because it is the biggest hidden multiplier. Because if you have the travel distance of going anywhere from your property, then it is very fast for you to travel. Crime rate. Okay, crime rate. Great guess. Good school district. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, great suggestions. Like every suggestion is great, but location is also the main factor as well. And crime rate is good, and school district as for family members. Yeah. Okay, great guesses. Now, before I show you the data, what we have today, I want to do something different today. I want to show you how I built this entire project, this Claude.md and everything, not just the output, the thinking behind it. Because if you understand how I set this up, you can build your own analyzer for any domain that you have, right? And that is great as well. Like if you want to develop for any other analysis that you won't have, and we are not doing here, then you can create your own, right? So if you see in here, in Claude.md file, the first step, like I asked myself before creating this, like what is the real question here? Like not analyze real estate data. The real question is what invisible factors drive property prices and what is the dollar value of each one. Like that question shaped everything, right? So this is the step one. First you have to understand the step one, like what is the real question here? Like not analyze the real estate data, like I have the data and then analyze it. Not, the real question is what invisible factors drive property prices and what is the dollar value of each one. So you have to search for it. What are these variables? What are the top one variables? You can search around 5 to 10 variables according to you. Then comes the step two. Like I designed the data, I needed 12,000. You can like you can design it by using Claude as well for your own testing, or you can use the data by Kaggle that I told you in previous sessions. Like you can take the data from the Kaggles. But first you have to go through the data. Like how many variables are there in the data? How many columns? Is data is good? Is how many data set have the stars? Like how many comments? Is this legit or not, right? So main thing there, like data set must be valuable as well, because of the insight that you get from the data is most valuable. So that's the step two. Then comes the step three. Like I wrote the role for Claude, like what will be your role? Not you are data analyst, right? That's the very basic thing. So instead, you are a real estate data scientist who decode what actually drives property prices. Like that farming makes Claude think differently. It looks for hidden patterns inside of just making charts. So that is the main case because we need those hidden patterns. Because of those hidden patterns, we get the insight that we need, right? Okay. Okay. Then comes the step four. And what is the step four? Like the eight analysis. Like each one answer a specific business question. And I tell you so much time previously as well, if you want to increase it, you can increase it. If you want to decrease those analysis, it is all up to you, because it is already in written in markdown files. That's all. These are the prompt, right? So the analysis, in the analysis, what the questions are here is like, what drive prices, like feature importance with dollar amount, like for per mile of the metro station, it costs the dollar, or per rating of the school district, so for per crime rate as well. So these are the prices derivations for it. Then comes the, am I overpaying? Like, am I overpaying for it? Like fair value comparison for it. And then comes the question for, is metro worth the premium for this? Like metro distance curve, for metro distance, like from my property to the metro distance, or for any travel, government traveling distance, for any transport, right? Then comes the, are school worth it for it? Like school rating versus price for the property. And where should I invest? Like growth and value scoring for it. Right. So if you see, these are the analysis. Around, I think around eight. Yeah, around eight. Then comes the step five. In step four, you get what type of analysis you want, in what way, like in what ratio, at what variables. Then comes the step five, the outputs. Like every chart designed to answer one question. The price, the price derives the chart, is the chart. It ranks every factor by dollar impact. Like that is what nobody else shows. So we have to show in the charts as well. Then comes the thinking process. Like this thinking process, like first comes the question, then comes the data, then comes the role, then comes the analysis, then comes the output. Again, first comes the question, then comes the data, then role. After data comes the role, then analysis that is done by AI, then comes the output that is generated by the AI. So this is how you build any analyzer, like real estate or hiring or healthcare or even whatever domain you want, right? The framework is the same. Okay, if you get it, these things, type in the chat, got it, or give me a thumbs up so I will know like you get the understanding. Okay, what is question? Did you come up with all these analysis, or did you have Claude create these? So first of all, these analysis is like, you do not have to create full of this, because it will like extend to 300 400 lines. If you have those much time, then you can go ahead and then write it yourself. But you can take help from the AI. Like AI will, you can explain AI what are my needs, and it will create a Claude.md file. After that, you read it out. And if you think anywhere like, I do not want this thing, I want this thing, so you can like easily, you can open the Claude.md file and then remove it from it, and then add your thing that you want. Like for the analysis as well, if you want two analysis, then remove all those other analysis, right? Same for the output. If you need like not 8 but 20 analysis in different aspect, in different variables, so you can ask Claude, in what way I want 20 analysis with different aspect of different users, different properties, different location, in each and every aspect, so I get the better analysis. So it will give you some suggestion, like in what way you can get the outputs. Like in here, I am only getting 8 outputs, right? It is up to me, right? If you want more outputs, you can ask Claude, it is good or not, if in these analysis it is good or not, everything. But you do not have to write this Claude.md file from start to finish by yourself. You use AI for it. But in like in anywhere, if you think it is not good, I have to make a changes here, then yes, go ahead and make the changes as well. And that is good as well, because it is your analysis that you want to do. If you think I do not understand this line, or it is have to be changed, so you should change it, or you should first understand that line, then change it. It is not like what prompt I use. It is like, first you start with what are your focuses here, like for what analysis you want to do. First you have to explain it, you have to chat with it. Then, because there is no prompt here, first you create one analysis, then after that Claude will understand in what aspect we are working. Now, if I ask Claude, can you give me the prompt to create this type of analysis for any analysis that I want, then it might create a prompt for me. But previously, when I start doing the task for this masterclass, it is not able to, because I have to first explain it. So I have to chat with it. Then I have to create some of my prompt. Then if it is somewhere wrong, then I have to retweet it, right? So that's a way. First you have to explain everything, then according to the explanation it give you something like Claude.md file. Then you create some outputs. If the outputs are to your liking, then you should go ahead and then take that same prompt. If it is not, then you have to rechange those Claude.md file. So it is up to you. Like it is try and again try. Like first try, if it is done, then don't try again. If it is not done, then try again with another prompt. Okay, so now let me move ahead and show you the data first we have for today. Okay, in here, like again 12,000 listing, around 12 neighborhoods, and every invisible factor tagged here, like metro distance in miles, school rating from 1 to 10, crime index, noise level, park access or not, and the key columns are listing price, is estimate fair values, and many more. So you can go ahead and unzip that folder that is given to you, and then in there you will see this data set as well. And if you have your own real estate data, you can put that as well. It is all up to you, right? You can see here there is all the analysis like condition, good, average, needs work, renovation, and in here like listing price, price per square feet, estimate price, price gap, days on market, sold, predicted, 1 year appreciation, then price gap percentage, so everything. If you want better analysis, like you have to find more for these types of data, because this type of data is not like easily we find. Well, Kaggle has so many data set in there, so you have to find those things, like gold ones, like not the ones that everybody clicked, right? Okay, so this is the data set that we have. Now let me move forward, and here come here again for the analysis, and you see here I am in the neighboring price recorder analysis, and then I will simply write Claude. And then same, if you have the Claude.md file, then you have to come to your folder and then say run it. That's all. When you said run it, it will go to your in here the particular folder, and then check this Claude.md file. So when it is processing, let me give you let me give you some context on why these invisible factors matter so much for this. Like let's say for in New York City, an apartment one block from the subway's cost on average 10 to 15%, like more than the same apartment 3 blocks away. Like one block, maybe 3 block, right? And that is a 2 minute walk, like worth 50,000 to $100,000. And maybe in London, or some of you might know, every point on a school rating adds roughly 3% to nearby property prices. A school rated 9 versus rated 6, and that is a 9% premium in the cost as well for the property. So on a $500,000 property, that is $40,000 profit for it. And then comes the crime. In cities like Chicago, property in low crime neighborhood sell for 20 to around 30% more than identically property in high crime areas, just as a few miles away. And these are not opinions, like these are data patterns. Like, and today we are going to find the exact number for our 12 neighborhoods, because in our data set we have 12 neighborhoods, not more than 12 and not more than less. We have 12 neighborhoods. So what factor do you think like adds the most dollar value to a property? Like which factor do you think adds the most value to a property, any property? Like parking, maybe gym, maybe pool, or doorman. What do you think? Which is the factor, main factor that adds the most dollar value to a property? Comes the location. Okay, location. If let's say you have to take the property in an area in which you do not have to think about the location, then what will be the factor? What waterfront? Okay, HOA, question mark. Where it says HOA? Location, view. Well, everybody says location, view. Parking, yeah, parking, well, it is good opinion, yeah. Security, kitchen, okay. Year built and condition, schooling, okay. So everybody have their own suggestion. Yeah, great, those things are great. So, like I think for pool may be great, right? It is rare and feel luxury if you have a pool in your property, right? But I might be wrong. Yeah, I might be wrong. Some of you might not like pool, some of you like that, some of you saying kitchen or maybe schooling. Home ownership association, we pay monthly. Okay, community. Okay, okay, okay. Location, location, location. Yeah, well, everybody love location of their property, like a scenery when you wake up and then you see a scenery of like, yeah, location. Okay, great, great suggestions. Like now you are interacting more. Great. Waterfront is also good. Shops and amenities. Yeah, of course. Well, if you need location, then I think there might be less shop there. Well, good. Not necessarily. Yeah, if it is possible. Yeah. Well, well, according to the location as well. Okay, okay. I think it is created. Neighborhood. Yeah, most important. Yeah, yeah. Neighborhood. Neighborhood must be most important. Yeah, this factor will be most important one. If your neighborhood not is not good and not like it is not happy to live there, then right. Hospitals, schools, etc. nearby. Yeah, of course. If around the property, if you have these types of necessities like hospitals, schools, then that is like a bonus, right? Okay. You see, I think around 900 lines for the analysis.py and 8 output files generated successfully. Let me verify it. Okay. Okay. So all of the things are done. Okay. It also tells us the size as well. And description is here. Let me check. Like open the, yeah, that is the main factor as well. Like metro rail causes the property price to go high. Yeah. If you have the transport in nearby properties, then yeah, it will go so much high, like so much. Okay, so comes here the top things. Okay, let me first. Okay, top hero numbers here: top listing, total listing, average price, average square feet, overpriced, underpriced, and average 1 year appreciation. Okay, okay, so here comes the thing. Like if you see neighborhood price map for industrial area, for North Valley, for Old Town, let me see below. Average square foot price. Okay, so this is the average square foot price. So if you see for industrial area, it is the less, the totally less one. Like it is, if you say the last one, yeah, industrial edge area for the last one. Like many of you didn't like purchasing property in industrial area. Yeah, that's the main case as well. Then comes the North Valley. Okay, if you see like 254 per square feet. It is up to the data that we provided, first of all, right? Then comes the all down, Subgreen Green, University Quarter, Midtown East, Riverside Park. Okay, the price increases. Harbor View, Downtown Core, Tech District, Westside Heights. Okay, the lakefront. Which of you say like you need the lakefront? If you see the square foot of the lakefront is totally unbelievable. Like 730 per square foot. Okay, I think one of you say lakefront as well, right? So you have to consider this, right? For which one you have to buy for the lakefront, you have to consider this. But you have to check first. I think the data set is not related to the particular location that I take. Okay. Then comes the what drives price, like dollar impact of every factor here. So, like metro plus 1 mile further, like if it is goes 1 mile further for the metro distance, then it will decrease like dollar impact for plus 1 mile further. If the metro have plus 1 mile further than your property from your location, then it goes into negative dollar impact. Then noise comes also for plus 10 points higher for crime, for school, for park access, for bathrooms, for restaurant, for age, for floor. Then comes the positive one. Okay, from there it is dollar impact for these one. Like what drives the prices? Dollar impact for every factor. So if you see for every factor, The first one is the metro for transportation, because it's the main one for transportation. If you have your own vehicle, then it is good. If not, then you need this transportation, right? No, no, it is not reduces price. Like for the property to the location to the metro, if it is too long for the distance, then it reduces price. So this is the impact that it says. Then if noise comes, then it also impact. Then crime is the main advantage. Like crime is also the main one for schooling as well. For park access, that's also one point as well. Like it is not the negative impact, if I have to say, because in the data set, according to the data set, I don't know from where I take the data set, so I don't know the location as well. So sorry about that. But according to the data set in there, it says like according to the data set, if 1 plus mile further from your location, then it makes the dollar impact, and this dollar impact is the, like you can say, the average of totally the data set that we have. Okay, so in below, if you see for points for having gym, for having door room, for having parking, having pool size, and condition new versus need work. So this is the condition. Like this is a dollar impact, like for negative and for positive. Okay. Then comes the top 10 hidden deals, underpriced versus top 10 overpriced traps. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if you see, these are the IDs of the neighborhood, and this is the neighborhood, and the type studios, and this is the price, this is the fair value, this is the gap between, and 1 year appreciation, and it's down. Okay, and these are underpriced. Top 10 hidden deals that are underpriced, and top 10 overpriced, and these are the traps. Price are here and fair price. The gap is in too much positive. Okay. Okay, we have to see afterwards. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, the metro premium. Okay, if you see average square feet for, if it the metro is 0.1 miles, then the average square feet is around 674 per square feet. Too much, right? Like if you see here, like according to the data set, if the metro distance is 2.2 miles, then it is 209 square feet. But if it is greater, then it is higher square feet. Well, it is up to the location as well. Like it is a chart only. So if in the data set it says around 3.2 miles, but the according to the location maybe a factor, it might be good. So for it, it says 350 per square feet. But if the metro is so close, then it is 674 square feet. Okay. And then comes the school rating as well. Okay. So according to the rating, the average square feet of the property is still increased. But if you say rating 6 is high and as compared to rating 9, what will be the factor of this? We have to check the data set. What will be the factor of rating 6 is still high or rating 9? Like, let's say, I think there might be a factor of location or parking of gym or pool, right? So rating 6 has 588 square feet per, and here comes, what is the name? 593. Okay. So then comes the crime versus price. So what is here, like price per square feet? So this is the price, and there is a crime index. So, but I think, okay, it says here like crime versus price, but it is not saying the location. Well, chart is good, but it is not telling us the location. Okay, let's move forward with it. Well, it is telling us if the crime index it is around 10, then the price will be 200 per square feet. So if the crime index increases, let's say 60, then some of the areas still have around 178, 179 square feet, 205 square feet. So it is not up to the crime rate, I see. Well, yeah, some of there, like the 100, 1,600 square feet. If the crime rate is, if the crime rate is only 12, if the crime rate is only 8, then it is still around 1,640. So as the crime rate increases, the square feet also decreases per price. or school and city area. I think for school, this is the square feet. If you see, this is the for school, and I think there is no graph for city area, but there is a graph for metro distance as well for miles. Okay, here comes the smart buyer top 20 deals. Okay, then comes here type apartment, penthouse, condo, studio. Prices here like gap is this 1 year appreciation school. You can see the rating as well for school. And here comes the crime rating as well, like it is 12. So this is the overall score. We have to see how it score gets calculated. So you have to see the Claude.md file for it, right? Then comes the investment board. So if you see, this is the hidden gem, like Tech district. Like you see 634 square feet per square feet. Yeah, 634 per square feet. Gap is this 1 year appreciation is plus 15. So this is the hidden gem. So these are the hidden gem, not this is the, but there are around eight. Yeah, eight hidden gems. Lakefront, West Side Heats, Harbor View, Riverside Park, University Quarters. And these are the neutral ones like Downtown Core, North Valley. Okay, these are the hidden ones because if you see the crime rate is 45, not good, and school is 6 point, not good. And comes the North Valley as well. Like school is 7 rating and crime is 15. Still 15, but school rating is still low. Why it is neutral? Okay. And avoid, yeah, industrial area, industrial edge. Crime rate is still high, 62. Rating of school is 4. And then comes the old town. Old town crime rate is 55, and then school is at 5 rating. So it is good. If you want to go with the school one, then you have to take the rating for school one. Get rate like 9, not 6, maybe 7 and 8 will work. But for if you have to go with a crime rate, then you should go with 8 or maybe 12. That is good as well. Right. Well, if you have to go with a less crime rate, less great rating of school, then it will affect on the square feet as well. Well, according to the location. Okay. Hmm. Okay. If you want to change the parameter, let's not say change. If you like want to change everything in the charts, you have to come here and then in here, like change this one. Where's the map? I have to see. There is not. Uh, if you see this one, uh, this one metro premium curve and the school type. You have to change it here. Like you can explicitly say, I in the x-axis I want this, in the y-axis I want this. Then Claude will check. Okay, you want x-axis this variable, and in y-axis you want this variable. So I will change it. Simple. In here I'm not saying any x and y, it is taking upon themselves like for metro premium curve, what are the good x and y axis variables, and for school text charts. So if you want to explicitly say, you can say it here afterwards, after this rating or after this increase, or anywhere, like it will read it out. Then there's the key insight, like the hashtag one price driver is condition news versus neutral. This is the hashtag one, and listing are underpriced hidden every month. So these are the key insight according to our data. Okay. Okay. So okay, great. So if you are looking at buying or renting these things, like this analysis is gold, like this analysis that we done. Like bring your city listing data or anything that you have or 100 from the Kaggle. And if you want anything help, then join the community as soon as possible and we will be there to guide you as well. Right. Now let me go ahead and do a one more prompt. Do a one more prompt and then say, like I have the prompt. Show me the most underpriced listing properties where asking price is significantly below fair value, and why are they Okay, if you want to specify, okay, I will tell you. Okay, okay, okay. Here comes. So if you click on Claude, you will Claude, okay, in here. If you want to put the x-axis and y-axis, what you have to do easily, like come to the location where you want to, like in here, like let's say school. So you have to change here, like put square brackets, parentheses, and then say in x-axis take this field, and in y-axis take this field. This is exploratory, or you can say for x-axis, for x-axis use this parameter or variables. You can say it is all up to you. This is a prompt. This is a prompt. You have to understand this is a prompt, right? So you have to do it yourself. Like any prompt that you can hide, like put any prompt, like put in x-axis, put a variable for, well, it is for school text chart. So it will also give the x-axis and y-axis regarding to the school chart. Let's say in here, if we check, so it is the average square fit. So this is the pricing and this is the rating. So if you want, what should you put here? Okay, so it is calculated, I think. Okay, so these are the result. Under price listing, why are they cheap? And this is the result that we get. Okay, so if you see average price saving versus fair value, 11 days on market, 80% already sold. So why are the cheap? Most common reasons like no parking. That's why the properties are cheap. Small for area, high crime area, poor condition, older building, poor park access. So that's why they are cheap. Most common reason. Yeah. No obvious drawbacks. Low school ratings. So these are the common reasons for why are these properties cheap. Okay, I get it. Then comes the condition underpriced versus all listings. So these are the underpriced one. Like underpriced, like it needs work, but it is same percentage of listing. So, okay, well, it is still same, like underpriced listings skew heavily towards poor condition, driver of being below fair value, percentage of listing. So it is up to good and good, all listing and underpriced, renovated and all listing. Okay, then comes here like property type breakdown. So if you see listing and studio, penthouse, condo, apartment, townhouse. So according to that, this is the underpriced value and this is the all listing one. Same here for price gap versus days on market. Then comes the top 30 underpriced listing full details. Like first one is the North Valley Studio and small for area like 422 square feet versus 1265 average. No parking, most nearby have it. That's why. So top underrated listing, the first one, the second one. So these are the condition like parameters as well why it is underpriced. Okay, so these are the underpriced properties. I think everyone is under. Yeah, so these are the underpriced. That's why they cheap. That's why they are cheap. So if you see, let's see, asking condition, floor, bath. So every value is here, like bed, bath, floor, built, renovated or not, like below fair price. If you see this, according to the fair price that they put, this is the fair value, and the price that they got, like asking prices. So this much. This much below fair value is lost because of no parking, because of small area, because of poor condition in here, or many factors you can see. Okay, okay. So these are the factors. Now let me go ahead and then give you the preview as well. So if you see again, the first thing, those are the things if you want to create this Claude MD file by yourself. The first thing is do not tell Claude like you can analyze this. First tell what Claude is, like real estate data scientist. Then go ahead and with the process. Again, then setup. Then what to analyze, in what basis, you can search it out, or you can use Claude for it as well. Like, I want to analyze this type of data set. What are the main aspect? What are the fair variables? What are the parameters that I like work with? So it will tell you, like, you can ask as well Claude, like, search the web, search the Google for it. Like, what are the benefit of using those variables only? So it will tell you everything. And then according to that, you can select which analysis I want, which variable I want for my analysis, for my insight, and which not. So these are the analysis for it, and then comes the output files for it, and then comes the system architecture. And this is almost same for everyone for our previous session as well. If you see here, the layer one is the problem that we have today for the property pricing, right? Then comes the data that we have in our dataset CSV file. You can take it from anywhere. Let's say we have the data, right? Then comes the engine, like, what are the analysis that we need, the modules like neighborhood maps. These are the variables, parameters that you need for it. Then comes the insight, like, for metro 0.5 5 miles for metro, it is for premium school rating. So these are the insight that you need from our data set. Then comes the decision that is taken by the AI, but in what basis AI take the decision. So we give the decision basis. Then comes the agentic. Agentic now find the patterns in the data set, and according to our basis, according to our insight that we put in the cloud.md file, it give you the analysis in the form of dashboard, in the form of charts or images. Then these are the rules if you see here, and this is the main important one that I put personally. Like, follow-up question, always create a new visual file, PNG or HTML, never just text. So if you see this line, then you can understand when I say you can put your own x-axis and y-axis if you know which parameter you want to put there. So if you see, always create a new visual file, PNG or HTML. If I say JPEG or GPG, then it will create the images in that format as well. If I say .pdf, then it will create the insight in PDF as well. So it is all up to me what I put here. I have to put only PNG or HTML or PDF or Excel or CSV. So it will give me the analysis in that basis. So if you want to put like parameters of x-axis, y-axis, according to you, then what you have to do, plain English, that's all. Come here in where you need, like, some of you say in the data, in the dashboard, right? So let me go in the dashboard. There are the analysis. If you want another key insight, like, click here, enter, and then put another insight, like, I want this one as well. And on these basis, like, this will be the x parameter, this will be the y1 y axis, and on this basis you have to do the analysis, or use the top 10, use all of the data, or use only 5. So it is up to you. You can say the color as well. You can see the color. It is a coding, it is a code color, but you can say dark background, responsive, everything is here. Okay. Then comes the here, the readme file. So this is our day 9 for it, like, neighborhood price recorder. Yeah, your neighborhood apartment sold for 80K more, and here is why. So this is the condition that we go ahead, and this is the core idea. So you have decoded features and pricing, profit, customer lifetime value, and now real estate prices as well. If any of these session like made you see data differently in any aspect, like, trust pilot link in the chat, which session like was your turning point, take your time and then put your review in there. We love to read it out. So now let me bring it full circle so you can get the understanding what we done today. So first of all, I asked you to two apartments. Like, there are two apartments, same building, 80,000 difference. Like, like 80,000 difference. Now you know why. Like, apartment one is on floor 18 versus floor 4. Metro at 0.2 miles versus 1.2 miles, and school rating is around 9 versus 6. So every factor has a dollar value. Some of you says location, and I agree with you. Some of you say crime. Some of you say, like, didn't get the what storefront. Okay, water site, I think something like this. So there are different things, so every have their own understanding of those things. So, and once you have see it, you cannot unsee it. So if you want to do the more deeper analysis, more prompts is in the readme file. As I show you, these are the more prompts that you can go ahead and use it, like school tax analysis, safety premium, investment recommendation, the full report. So there are the full reports. So go explore after this. So first of all, let me tell you, if this is your thing, like for security reasons, if the organization put their own data in Cloud Code or not. So first of all, I will tell you, this is the main thing, analyzer.py. If I am a coder, I know I am a coder. So I know, like, I want Claude to create a Python script for me. Then I use this Python script to run my analysis on my CSV file, because I do not want to create those images, those dashboard on my own. I want a different aspect. So I will tell Claude my understanding, not I will give the data to it. For now, it is easy for me to give the data because it is not that much of value to me for now. But when I have the value of my data, then I do not want to give the data to the Claude as well. So what I do to the Claude, I will chat with Claude, get the understanding what I really want from it. So, and after that, I will create this analyzer py file. And in that, I will put my data, like connect with the data and then give the analysis. Because at the end, these images, these output that you see is created by this analyzer.py file, Python file at the end. And it is created by the Cloud Code. So if you do not want to give the Cloud Code your data, but you have to understand your data, every aspect of your data, and understand and give the understanding to Claude. So Claude understand that and give you the analyzer.py file. So you can then connect with the data to that Python file and then analyze it yourself. But this analyzer.py file is the main thing, because everything is written here and it is written by the Claude, right? But if you see, I have to tell you again, like, you see, so first it read the 12,000 listing with all expected columns. So what it read, all the columns. Let me install packages and build the full analyzer. So what it says, let me install the packages and build the full analyzer. What it do, it will not like read it out every listing, like from 1 to 12,000. No, it only check what are the, how many are the rows, like around 12,000 rows. Okay, great. Then how many are the columns? Okay, great, I know the columns. Then install the packages, then give the full analyze report according to the columns, according to the things that we put in here. If you see again what we put in here, so this is the setup that we do. So according to these setups, it gives the Claude gets the understanding and give us the analyzer.py file, gives the get the understanding from this thing, and gives the analyzer.py file, not read our data from it. And yeah, sometimes it will read it out if you go in depth. So do not provide the data if you want to, but in here it is okay, right? So what you put in Claude.md file is the most important thing, because the first thing what it read Claude is this. And after this, if you see, everything is written here. Like columns listed are these. So why you have to provide the data, right? So that's the main thing as well. Like property types, you can provide the property types here. Condition, but if you want, like, I do not want to provide these values. So yes, I do not want to provide these values, then I don't. But you want to provide only these columns, and that's all. And you can say I have 12,000 and 50,000 rows, but you have to provide the conditions, like these, what to analyze in what basis. So you can say, I want to analyze myself, but can you create the analyzer.py file for me? So I will combine the data with it and then analyze it myself. That's the case. Yeah, that's the main issue. Like, we do not want to provide data to the Cloud, like our data, our CSV file, our main data from the real estate, from any e-commerce. And that is the main reason as well. So you do not have to, you have to do the smart work for it. Okay. So again, for the ending, so you have like 19 days in. So this is the 19 day, right? So what started as let's analyze some data has become something bigger, right? You are not just reading dashboard anymore. You are decoding the hidden systems behind everything that we've done from past these couple of days, like product, pricing, profit, customers, and now the biggest purchase most people ever make. So what was the biggest surprise today for you guys? Like what you see, not in the aspect of dashboard images, but what you understand today. Like, I understand the Cloud perfectly, Cloud Code perfectly, or how can I write this Cloud.md file or read.md file? Anything that you surprise, what is the surprise for today that you think? Type it in the chat. Like for me, if I have to say, like seeing the exact dollar value for every mile factor of the metro or every rating of the school, right? So these are the surprise thing for me for today. The school rating tax, especially, right? So each point has a price. Is it worth it or not, or maybe? So it is up to you. But now you can decide with number, not feelings. Yeah. So whoever is doing this does not have to know Python code. Yeah. But the main thing is, here comes the condition. If you do not know the Python code and if you do not want to provide the data to the Claude, then you should know how to configure your file, this file, to Python. That's the main case. Because there is the things like path, open file. So there are some libraries in Python. So you should know about it then. That's the main case here. If you want to if you want to read those files, you go ahead and read those. But if you do not want to, then you have to provide the data to it. So that's the main thing. Then you should have to read something, like to understand the Python where I have to provide the data. Like, you do not have to write it, but you should understand what is written here. Not every line, but some of the line where you get the file. Because in here, if you see, here you can see read CSV, and this is the CSV file. So you should know what CSV, where the file is. So this is the main file where it get the access from it. So in this Python file, I get this file listing.csv by this line. So if you do not want to provide the data, then you should know about this line or some of the lines as well, right? Okay. So next time you see a property listing, check the metro distance, school rating, crime rating, and those things as well. So you will know within 30 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, maybe at an instance, like if it is fairly priced or not. For me, Cloud framework understanding is better. Great. And that is the main thing as well, because if you are able, like not this output file, not this data file, because you can get the data from anywhere. But if you have your own company, then you have to create that data. But if you understand this cloud.md file, then that is the big jump for you guys. That's the main issue. I would like to do this type of analysis for DevOps and developers. Yeah, if you want to do this type of analysis for DevOps and developers, yeah, great. You can do this analysis. You can create your own dashboard, like dynamic dashboard as well, because for developers, you can create those as well. But if you do not want to provide the data, then if you are DevOps or developer, then you should understand the Python as well. So it is great for you. You can do it. Go ahead. Where do I get the dot support? It will, you have to talk about this for the support team, and support will contact you for it. Okay, Francis. Support will get in touch with you. Okay. So yeah, that's all for me, guys. If you have any more question, please feel free to ask. If not, then everything is in the chat, like zip file or link for Trustpilot for community. So see you in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day to all. Yeah, this is the link. You can reach out to support. Sorry, this is the Gmail. You can reach out to support. Yeah, welcome, Mushin. Have a nice day to all. Thank you all for joining today. Let's meet tomorrow.